2001 times I've seen them all, and my dear, I'm still here. Gold statues sometimes a kick in the rear, but I'm here.
But this isn't, where's the tiramisu?
It's in the refrigerator.
Oh, I thought I was looking at the tiramisu.
No, that's a mocha charlotte.
Oh, these were more beautiful than the ones at graduation.
It's not saying much, Mom.
Hello, this is Grandma's birthday party.
How old is she going to be? How old is she now? Oh.
Right over here, Dad.
Okay, Rebecca, I'm going to go into the kitchen. Take me into the kitchen.
Here is
Don't worry, I'm not going to interview you.
Joe Naturalback from NBC News.
How was the trip down, Lane?
Well, we got a little lost, but we got here.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Papa's gonna make the best cake in the
Follow
world.
clothes and stripes now.
Yeah.
Go get a shot of him Barb's cake.
Oh.
You have to take it at the end, when they're decorated.
Take more. We'll take more.
We're taking this at each stage.
Oh, I see. I thought this was my shot.
What do you think? Go ahead, sing loud.
Happy birthday to a special man. We love you so. And do you know that is why we're putting on the show? Because we love her and to too. And she is dear, very dear. Love her, smile, the last tear.
Something and Uncle Irving, I remember. Yeah, well, we asked
This is Mom's 85th birthday party. We're at Rima's place. It's March 18th, 2000.
You think you're kidding, huh, Flo?
Oh, that's wonderful. So here's dear Graham, happy 85. And on their 85th day. Okay, so in between, I will do the verses, and I need everybody's help on the phrase, okay? Okay, we'll do it one more time. Go with the flow, grow with the flow. You know, girl, just go with the flow. She was born in Brooklyn, a few blocks away, and was just as headstrong all those decades ago. On March 16th, she said, "This is the day I want to be born, so I'll go with the flow."
Go with the flow, come grow with the flow. You go, girl, just go with the flow.
I want to get really close.
I'm going to take my glasses off.
Oh, that's better. Glad you stayed for the go with the flow.
I like that.
All my memories of when I was little, they go in snapshots because you don't remember so much. But this is what I think of when I think of Graham when I was much, much younger. I think of beaded necklaces, sifting through many drawers of your big beaded necklaces. And I also remember getting off the airplane and seeing you there like this, and running at the top speed to get into your arms. And
Yeah.
just
Those are
family
nice.
memories.
Those are nice memories. Yeah.
Well, I remember Thanksgivings at Graham's house and also at Rima's, and just getting to spend time here with people that really mean a lot to me. And also, I'd like to thank Graham for teaching me the skill of gin rummy. To this day, she's the only person ever to beat me, and
She still does it.
Where are you?
every day.
Dan, I beat you in casino.
Yeah, I can never seem to win.
Did you teach her the word bubbling?
Oh yes,
All the time.
she has to number her bubbles.
Yeah.
And
we were having an argument. I know it was rare. I was so mad, I cursed at you. I don't remember which expletive I used, but I used one of them. And you looked at me with that look of shock on your face and said, in all my 52 years, I have never heard language like this. Now, you need to remember that you were 54 at the time.
Well,
You said,
it must have been that she must have heard it when she was 2.
I have never heard language like this. Where did you learn it? And I said, from you. So I want to thank you for all of the things that you did.
That's right.
For my 41 years.
There have been many special times Flo and I have been together, but I think my strongest remembrance of Flo was the first time I met and saw her. Enrollment was closed when I applied for Linda's entrance to the co-op nursery school. So I became a member thinking it might hasten her entrance. The first meeting I attended, Flo was chairing, and the topic of discussion was the letter the nursery school had received from the American Legion, from whom the co-op rented space, demanding that the school remove the young people's records, claiming they were communistic. The rest is history, and the fight was on, and I was impressed, and I loved Flo from that moment on. She's a very special person and a special friend, and nothing gives me more pleasure than to be here sharing in this wonderful celebration with Flo and the show.
Oh, thank you.
Here, here.
And that was a memorable thing.
But
there was Flo sitting there, and she quietly reads that letter, not so quietly, and then everybody took a vote. I will never forget that, and it just stays. I see it all before me.
You're forgiven.
To the lake or the beach, and she'd make them wear red hats so they could look inside of them and
Memorial Park.
everybody in sight at all times.
Yeah.
And what amazed me was when we took Flo to Hawaii, maybe 15 years ago, Brad convinced her that she should go snorkeling with us. Flo donned her mask and her snorkel and her suit and went off under the water, over her head.
I never heard that.
And snorkeled in Hawaii. And this is a woman who was so scared of the water. Didn't want to be on it, didn't want to have anything to do with it, didn't want her kids, near it. And here she was snorkeling in Hawaii. And I was so impressed. I couldn't figure fear enough. A very special memory. This was our engagement. And you opened up your house.
I remember
Yeah.
that. I remember.
Yes. It was a wonderful, wonderful party. Never to be forgotten. We had all our friends in the afternoon and our family in the evening.
Yeah.
And you hosted a beautiful, beautiful
Wasn't it?
party.
It was a nice, it was a perfect house for that.
It was beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. And it will always be remembered.
Oh, thank you, Sue. It was, yeah.
Mine is not so funny, but I still have the slack hanger sitting in my closet. And every time I think of the slack hangers,
I still
One of the time I was thinking about the time that I realized that she would always be my mother, and that was when I was teaching at Sarah Lawrence College in the early years when I was teaching, and teachers always have to develop a teacher's voice. I mean, most of the time you kind of feel like, what am I doing up here saying this? And you have to kind of get used to it. So I thought I had finally come of age, and my mother said, gee, I'd like to visit your class. And there was a seminar place. And I said, sure, why not? Come on in and see. And I was proud she was going to visit. My mother was visiting the class. And she sat there around the table, and I remember that I would be saying something or speaking, giving a talk, and as soon as my eyes rested on my mother, I couldn't speak. What the hell am I doing here? I felt like I was 4 years old.
But I have one very special memory that happened on the coast in Connecticut when you and I and Mother were up there. And we were sitting on this big rock out in the ocean, and I was asking you for your opinion on whether or not I should take a job that I had been offered. And I wasn't decided. And you gave me your opinion honestly and simply. And then you endeared yourself to me eternally when you said, but of course that's my opinion coming from my age. I don't know if that's right for you or not. And I was just so impressed that someone of my mother's age could say, well, maybe I see things differently than you do. And I adored that.
Now you're past that age, aren't you?
But the thing that...
And I'm still telling you the same thing.
Yes, but I have to tell you, there's one other thing that has endeared you to me, probably more than anything else, and that's your total loyalty to your children. I don't know if you argue with them or not, but to the rest of the world, your children are absolutely perfect. And I have always been so jealous of that. And I adore that quality in you, that you always have complete loyalty to your children.
Perfect.
And they have heard it.
Yes, yes.
Here, here.
And we had a fight. We had only been married a couple of years, and I was in tears, or close to tears, and you recognized that I needed help, and you were comforting me and talking to me, and taking my side against your own son, and that really impressed me. That was really important.
So you see, Evelyn, she's not always loyal to her.
That was because I didn't make any difference between children or in-laws.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
they were all
We
children.
all needed you. We all needed
Right.
you when you helped us all.
The grandchildren were talking about how we remember your 75th birthday 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And we had a party at our house, I think.
Yeah.
And we were always performing. They always made us perform. Well, we really wanted to inside, but we didn't really say we wanted to. But we remember, we were talking about a song we had written you. I don't know if you remember. But
would you sing it now?
we remember it. We wrote a song when I used to play the piano. We sang it to Fur Elise. And we remember every word.
Well, I haven't forgotten 75. I shall never forget my 85th birthday.
Those empty box blues are starting to fly. I'll make a brand new start of it, a new supply. If Costco has none left, I will resort to theft. It's up to you. Tick, tack, tick, tack.
Years that we've known you, we've never heard you be ungrammatical or swear or babble. Wait a minute, check that. Ungrammatical or babble. But I'll bet you'll change that in a heartbeat if you could get triple points in Scrabble. And if you keep going on the way that you do, Social Security and Medicare will both be broke by 2002.
I would like to say a few words. When Flo and I were growing up, there was little hope that ever there would be an Israel state. So people decided the best thing to do would be to invest an interest in the younger generation and have them a feeling for it. And they organized a club called the Buds of Zion. And Flo and I joined the Buds of Zion. And we were 10 years old. And at the organization meeting, somebody raised a hand, one of the children, and said, according to Robert's Rules of Order, now what 10-year-old knows that person is entitled to become our president? And Flo became our president. And then, in 2 years, we moved up to be the Flowers of Zion, and Flo was still our president. But today we're honoring something else. Wonderful things, no rules, no orders, just a story of life. Flo and I have been friends for 85 years. And so, a toast to us, Flo.
I feel honored to be here tonight and share this night. And I think in one's life, they have one special friend and one real friend. And I feel joyous and proud to have it to be Flo Shore.
Flo, Mom, is not only our mother, but has been our role model and inspiration in life. She has made in her life, she's had the usual run of difficult times and joyous times, but she's led her life by making amazingly smart decisions about how to do it and how to do it in a balanced and right way. And the older I get, and I'm sure my siblings share this with me, the more we realize how much we have to emulate and learn. She is not only Mom and Flo, she's my hero. To your 91st birthday.
And you've demonstrated for us courage and resilience in the face of adversity, and my goodness, you have had more than your share of difficult challenges. But most of all, you've taught us about how to embrace life fully and how to live life to the utmost. So, now that's just Graham 101. On your 100th birthday, we'll talk about the advanced course that you
You know, it's really hard to talk after all of your children who are so verbal and say everything that I was going to say. But I just love you so much. You were a role model.
One of the great things that you taught me, and Kenny mentioned that, not to sweat the small stuff, but that there's a time for tears, but there's also a lot more time for laughter. And you've taught all of us, and I know for me it's been huge, the power of humor and of a good laugh. And we've had many. And we're going to have many more. Not if you keep beating me at Scrabble.
And when the doctors ask me, and your mom, and does she have this, and does she have that, I say, no, no, just me. Mom, that's a toast to your continued wonderful health and vitality. We love you, and we're so glad everybody's here to share the day with you.
Hear, hear.
I just want you to know how grateful I am to each and every one of you for having spent the day with me.
Celebrating you.
And spent the day together. You're quite wonderful. I need you to be as proud of my children and of my grandchildren as I am. I thoroughly believe everything they said. If I live to be 100, I hope you'll be there to share it with me.
Oh, you betcha.
Oh,
yeah.
Happy birthday to a special group. We love her so. And do you know?
That is why we're putting on the show, because we love her from head to toe, and she is dear, so very dear, from the first smile to the last year.
Everybody! I love coffee, I love tea, I love the boys and the boys love me. I love coffee, I love tea, I love the boys and the boys love me.
much as I